All right, we are already streaming live onto our YouTube channel. Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And we believe today will be one of our best Zoom calls. So we are going to start in the next 4 minutes. That will be 15 minutes past 10 a.m. East Africa Standard Time. So feel free to invite a friend, a brother, a sister. We'll look through these questions and answers, and let us look through robotic settings. Thank you so much. All right, sorry for the delay. We are just 1 minute late, so we are getting started. Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to questions and answer session. Okay, welcome to questions and answer session. So I basically start from somewhere. I'll basically start from somewhere. All right. So I'll basically be able to start from somewhere. I'll basically be able to start from somewhere. Okay. I'll basically be able to start from somewhere. Okay. All right. All right. So I'll basically be able to start from somewhere. Today, I want to handle the issue of opening margin calls. Today, I want to start with the issue of opening margin calls. Okay. Today, I want to start with the issue of opening margin calls. So basically, I would be able to say that by a stone fact, there should be ability. By stone fact, there should be ability of people trading or understanding the robotic settings, the ability to set their robots well for them to basically have trading results. Okay. And that can only be basically understood if you understand how the robot works. Okay. So the first question is to understand how does the robot, specifically, how does quantitative trading work? What is quantitative trading? Quantitative trading is a mathematical setup of what the quantitative trader will do, and that is the robot, when the market goes up and when the market goes down. So the settings you provide to what the robot will do in your absentia when the market goes down, and what the robot will do in your absentia when the market goes up is basically quantitative trading. Are we together? Give me a 1 in the chat if you have understood that first aspect. Give me a 1 in the chat. I'll keep this simple and precise and brief, but to the point. Give me a 1 in the chat. Give me a 1 in the chat. Give me a 1 in the chat if you have understood that basic understanding. So basic. So if you provide wrong settings to your robot, when the market goes down, you'll get stuck. If you provide wrong settings, when the market goes up, you'll get less profit. As simple as that. So the robot is emotional free. It will buy according to the instructions provided. The robot is emotional free. It will sell depending on the instructions provided. Now, I want us to get to the moon of the game by understanding how do we provide the right settings. Are we ready? I want us to get to the moon of our game this morning by understanding how do we provide the right settings. So how do we provide the right settings? And that is where I want to go. Now, before I go to the right settings, this is important. There are no specific settings of the robot. And so all settings that can be provided can be edited depending on the user's preference. I don't know if I need to repeat that statement. There are no specific settings of the robot. And so my training will not provide any specific setting for any capital, all right? But it will provide an understanding to the user to understand the settings can be edited to the user's preference or to what the user understands or to what the user likes. If you have understood that, give me a 2 in the chat. If you have understood that, give me a 2 in the chat. If you have understood that, give me a 2 in the chat. A 2 in the chat. A 2 in the chat. If you have understood that, type 2 in the chat. 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 If you have understood that, type 2 in the chat. Okay. We are moving. Yes, we are moving. We are moving. We are moving. We are enjoying the opportunity. We are moving. We are enjoying the opportunity. Yes, yes. Okay, now let's get into the setup. Okay, now let's get into the setup. Let's get into the setup. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. I'm going to share my screen. And I'll start with the first question in the chat that says, I have $24. How can I set up my robot? Okay, so I'll start from there. So the first step is to understand that the robot can be used in 2 ways. The robot can be used in 2 ways. The robot can be automated. Okay. The robot can be automated. Julius, what do you mean by automation? The robot can be automated. What I mean by automated is that the robot, you can set it at once and be taking little profits and you'll be profiting all the time. Okay. So the robot can be automated. It can be put in automatic zone. So it will basically buy and sell repeatedly non-stop. So to do that, I think basically you need close to a minimum of $1,000 per coin. So how many coins do we have in Royal Q? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Close to 80 coins, all right? Close to 80 coins in Binance, okay? Close to 80 coins in Binance. If you go to Hobby, you'll find less, okay? You'll find less coins. If you go to Coinbase Pro, you'll find maybe less coins. They're a little bit few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you decide to use Indodax, you'll find around 3 coins, 3 pairs for Indodax, Exchanger in USDT, and Indero. There are several. Okay, pairs of Indero. They are coin. They are currency. There are many, but USDT, if you Kraken, you'll find around 9 to 8. Bybit, there are more. There are several coins in Bybit. Then when we go to OKEX, there are also several coins in OKEX, right? So those are those different exchanges, but basically I keep my sharing to Binance. Now, so for you to set up your trade, okay, for you to set up your trade, for you to set up your coin, one, you choose the best coin. You must choose the best coin to trade. If you cannot automate your trades, you have to choose the best coin to trade. If you cannot automate your trades, and the best coin to trade, that's why as the crypto ambassadors, we give what we call signals every day. Now, Julius, if you give the signals, can I trade all the signals at once? I would advise for you to do what we call wallet management. Julius, what do you mean by wallet management? My advice is always one and simple. If you have $500 and below, trade one coin. When it sells, trade another coin. Is that clear? Is that clear? Give me a 3 in the chat if that is clear. What I'm saying is not a financial advice. It's up to you. You could decide to trade 10, but I'm trying to give you my experience so that you avoid the mistakes I did in the past. That's why I'm doing the training. Okay, give me a 4 in the chat if that is clear. Give me a 4 in the chat. Give me a 4 in the chat, especially that if it is clear. Give me a 4 in the chat if that is clear. If you have less than $500, yes, Julius, trade one coin. When it sells, trade another coin. Is that okay? So now I don't expect someone with $100 to ask me, can I trade 2 coins? $50, 20 for you, trade one coin. When it sells, you trade another coin. That is wallet management. There is nothing more than that. Now let's look to providing the right settings. If you have $500 and below, provide the right settings. If you have $500 and below, how to provide the right settings if you have $500 and below. Tunku. Keep outside. Don't come inside. Okay. All right. So let's continue. Just a minute. Sorry for that, guys. Okay, now let's look through that. Okay, now start with. Let me start slow. $10 is the minimum. Now you can buy from Binance with $10. So Julius, if I have $10, can I trade? Yes. How much profit will I make? I'm not sure, but you can trade. One, you can use our signals. If you have very little capital, always use signals. Okay? Because, you know, if the market goes against you, chances of you getting out of that coin are very slim. So always use signals. Okay? If you have, so first you pick the coin. 2 strategies. One, you can use the signals. What about Julius if I don't want to use the signals? You can pick the most negative coin. I need to emphasize that. Julius, what if I don't see signals and I want to trade? You can pick the most negative coin. But if you want to pick the most negative coin, like Acro, you tap on Acro. Acro must fulfill the following factors for you to pick Acro as a signal. I will make sure that I make those clear. Acro must fulfill the following. Acro must fulfill the following factors. Acro must fulfill the following factors before you pick it as the most negative coin. because you can pick a coin when it is the most negative and it continues going more negative. Give me a 3 in the chat if you have understood that statement. My statements look small, but they are bold. My statements look small, but they are bold. They are bold statements in trading. You pick the most negative coin, but the coin must fulfill the following factors that I'm going to talk about. Point 1, you might pick the most negative coin and the coin continues going down. If I've understood that statement, give me 1 in the chat. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I requested for 3, now a 1. Don't worry. Give me 1 in the chat. You can pick the most negative coin and the coin continues going down. So, first criteria of trading is to pick the best coin. So, how do you pick the best coin? 1, Julius, you can pick the most negative coin, but the negative coin must fulfill the following factors. Factor 1, let's go. Factor 1, let's go. When you tap on the most negative coin, for example, Acro is the most negative coin, come down here and choose 3 indicators. Either you can choose in 1 hour or 4 hours. It's up to you. You can choose in 1 hour or 4 hours. I will not recommend 15 minutes because it's a short time frame. You can tap on 1 hour or 4 hours and make sure the coin fulfills the following factors. Factor 1. Make sure when you click on this indicator called the moving average, make sure when you click on this indicator called the moving average, a small moving average, in this example, it is a 7. When you look here, there is this one, 7, which is the orange, has crossed a big moving average, which is 25, which is here. It has crossed above like this, that crossover, like this. It has crossed. All candles are forming above it, one of the two. The most important area, it has crossed. All candles are forming above it. For example, Acro in the 4-hour time frame, candles are forming below. I have a question. Does Acro qualify to be traded? Question 1, does Acro qualify to be traded? 1, either candles are forming above the moving averages, or a small moving average has crossed a big moving average. Question 1, does Acro qualify to be traded? I need an answer in the chat. Does Acro qualify to be traded, although it is the most negative coin? Give me an answer in the chat. Pay attention, get excited, and never quit. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you participate. I don't know what happens, but this is what happens according to my experience. People who join this Zoom call and they don't participate, what happens when reach their royal queue, they forget. When they reach their royal queue, they forget. People who do not participate, now this is nothing to do with my prayers, because someone is going to say now Julius is about to pray. No. But people who do not participate, when they reach their royal queue, they forget. So make sure you participate. Why participate? Because I have a saying that says, notes takers. So you must have notes. If you are listening to me, have a notebook. Because notes takers that are action takers are money makers. Make sure while you are here, you are taking notes, because what we are talking about is money producing activities. Okay? Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for understanding that factor. Thank you so much for understanding that amazing factor. So question 1, either candles must be forming above, or this one has crossed this one. Point 2, only trade Acro as the most negative coin, still, if the candles are forming above a big moving average. Like here, you see candles are forming above this big moving average of 99. It means this coin is still on an uptrend if they're still forming above. So it qualifies to be traded. Now, apart from that, What else? Let's use the MACD. Okay. Only trade the most negative coin. If candles are forming above or there is a crossover, when the signal line, which is this orange line here, has crossed over the strength line, like you see this crossover here. So one, candles are forming above, for example, here, and you see the crossover, you can trade. You see candle forming above here, and you see the crossover, you can trade. Okay, but if this crossover forms above this green, where you see these greens, not below here, not in the red area. You see this one is in the red area. You see here, this one is the crossover here is below. But if you see it above, like here, this, you see this is 1, this is 2. This qualifies to be traded. We are going to just add on one more indicator because there must be 3. Can you all see these 2 qualifications? 1, the crossover is in the green upper side. 2, the candles, there is a crossover here and the candles are forming above. So this is qualification 1 and this is qualification 2. This is when you see the signal line crossing over like this, it is a strong buy. Can I repeat that statement? It is a strong buy. It says, please buy me. Here the market is crying, please buy me, 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 please buy me. Here, these 2, very important. Very important. Can we see another example here? Here they are forming above. Please buy me. Can we see another example here? Am I speaking to someone this morning? Am I speaking to someone this morning? Give me a 1 in the chat if you are following. You pay attention, you make sure you are not double taxing. If you double taxing, you miss. Because I have only close to another 30 minutes. The beauty is the Zoom is recorded. So the beauty is the Zoom is recorded. So you'll take some personal time and go through. So I want to go to my 3rd indicator. I want to go to my 3rd indicator. Then I did this last week, so I'm trying to repeat. Now let me go to the RSI. But the RSI, so no. Yeah. I think these 3 can work. I think these 3 can work. 1, you see the crossover, then you see the volume. Always look at the volume. Okay. Always look at the what? At the volume. Okay. If there is increase in the volume is amount of money being invested. For example, guys, you see here, there was a crossover, there was high volume, and candles were forming above. Okay, because trading is volume. If there is increase, if you see this volume here increasing, the amount of money being invested in a certain cryptocurrency increasing, this should give you confidence about your investment. But let me change, I think, my approach a little bit. I would love to change my approach a little bit because volume might confuse a lot of people. Let me press in the let me see. So the MACD and the moving average could be so far so good. This sometimes misbehaves. Now, let me make this very clear. Sometimes the market can get wild, but you see this is the most negative coin. Okay. Sometimes, but let me not use the Bollinger Bands. Let me keep it to the first strategy. I think the Bollinger Bands might work. I'll use them next week. So let's skip this to this. The moving averages, 1, the MACD, 2, and the volume. Don't buy if you see the bars of volume are just getting red, like here. Please don't buy. Make sure the bars are at least green. Okay, make sure the bars of volume are at least green and the candles are forming above, okay, are above a small moving average, or when there is a crossover. Okay, for example, this, you see the volume is increasing. This you could buy because it would give you 1.5 to 2%. Now that I'm done, so let's look at ape and see if it has those factors. Question 1, ladies and gentlemen, does ape qualify to be traded? It's the most negative coin in the 4-hour time frame. Does ape qualify to be traded now? Give me an answer in the chat. Does ape qualify to be traded? Give me an answer in the chat. It is the second most negative coin. Does ape qualify to be traded? Beautiful. We move. Let's go to another most negative coin. We are using 4 hours because we don't want to throw our money in the market. We're using 4 hours. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, does Haba qualify to be traded now? When I talk about now, I'm talking about this. I'm not talking about this. This here, it was qualifying, but I mean now. Does Haba qualify to be traded now? Because you see, the MACD is over and it is going to cross over and the thing continues going down. Does Haba qualify to be traded now? Give me an answer in the chat. Give me an answer in the chat. Does Haba qualify to be traded now? Does Haba qualify to be traded now? Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go to another coin. WRX. WRX. We're using the 4-hour time frame. Does WRX qualify to be traded now? Does WRX in the 4-hour time frame qualify to be traded now? Give me an answer in the chat. 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 Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's go to another coin. MDX in the 4-hour time frame. Does MDX in the 4-hour time frame qualify to be traded now? Does MDX in the 4-hour time frame qualify to be traded now? Give me an answer in the chat. 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 Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's go to another coin. You hot 4-hour time frame. Hot 4-hour time frame. Does hot qualify to be traded now? 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 Give me an answer in the chat. Give me an answer in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's go to another coin. Let's go to another coin. I want to go to robotic settings. Does IOTA qualify to be traded now in the 4-hour time frame? Does IOTA qualify to be traded now in the 4-hour time frame? Give me an answer in the chat. 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 It's just consolidating. Thank you so much. Now let's go to BCH. Let's go to BCH. Let's go to BCH. Let's go to BCH. And I have a question. Was BCH qualified to be traded? Was BCH qualified to be traded in that area I have circled? Did BCH qualify to be traded in that area I have circled? Did BCH qualify to be traded in that area I have circled? Did BCH qualify to be traded in that area I have circled in the 4-hour time frame? All this. Was BCH qualifying all this by then? Was BCH qualifying to be traded by then? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Let me, beautiful. Does this now make sense to you? Give me a 4 in the chat if it does make sense to you. Give me a 4 in the chat if it does make sense to you. Oh, beautiful. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Now the question is it possible for someone without a signal to pick their own coin for trading? Is it possible? If you don't understand, please go ahead and read the training. Go through the training again. I may not be able to make everybody understand on this call because I have close to 15 minutes to go to my next training? Is it possible for someone to go to Royal Q and pick a coin by themselves without the signal? Then the question is, Julius, will you stop giving the signals? I will never stop. I promise. It's a dedication. I promise. I'll never stop. I'll never stop. I'll keep bringing the signals. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, now, after being able to pick a coin to trade, the next step is to provide the right settings. Now, what are settings? What is quantitative trading? How to use the robot well is to provide settings of what the robot will do when the market goes down and what the robot will do when the market goes up. What the robot should do when the market goes down and what the robot should do when the market goes down. I have a question before I go to the setup. With the analysis done, do we control the movement of the market? Are we sure that 100% the market will go up? Are we sure 100% that the market will go down? I need an answer in the chat. Even when we analyze the market, are we sure? Are we sure that the market will go up? Are we sure that the market will go down? I need an answer in the chat. Are we sure? Are we sure after we have analyzed the market? Are we sure the market will go up? Are we sure the market will go down? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. For example, let's look at a coin that I gave as a signal in the morning. In the morning on the training. Because this is what people miss out. And this signal was but I think you guys, you are out. I think you guys, you are out. Who sees another magic that's about to happen? Can we see this magic? Can we see this that's about to happen? What is this? What's about to happen here in the 4-hour time frame? If you have been attending this training, it is the same that happened here. What is the name of that that's about to happen here on compound? What is that name? What do we call that? If you have been attending this training, you attended my last week training. What is that? Give me an answer in the chat. Give me an answer in the chat. I want to go to setups. Give me an answer in the chat. A golden cross. Thank you. A golden cross. Ladies and gentlemen, what does the golden cross signify in the market? What does the golden cross signify in the market? What does the golden cross signify in the market? It signifies an uptrend. Beautiful. It signifies an uptrend. It is saying, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me. It's a strong buy. Thank you. Fantastic. Fantastic. Are you enjoying the session? Let me know. Are you enjoying the session? Let me know in the chat. Are you enjoying the session? Are you learning? Okay. Are you learning? Because as the crypto ambassadors, our goal is to make sure we provide you the most reliable information for you to continue making profit. Okay, for you to continue making profit. Are we learning? Let me know in the chat. 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 I'm not just gaining. I'm not just enjoying, but gaining. Beautiful, beautiful. Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much. We are also proud for you to choosing us as your working partners, as the crypto ambassadors. We are very proud for you choosing to work with us and run with us on this journey of making and creating so many multi-millionaires. But the challenge is that some of you trade alone. Okay. So the best way you can reward us is by sharing this information to as many friends as possible. The best way you can reward us is by building yourself a team of traders. Because when we do, we also profit. And when we profit, we give you more knowledge because we become excited about the opportunity. When you trade alone, that's why sometimes we also don't help you 100%. Okay, so now let's go to setting. Now, let me start with people because most people start with very little capital. Shay, this coin, I think you guys are out. Let me confirm with my trading view. The signal I gave was compound USDT and our take profit was 2% in the 4-hour time frame. Which is warming. I think it's not there. think it's 28 there, but it's warming. It will get there. Okay. Okay. But you see, in the recent high, it rejected the same point, but I hope now it don't reject the same point. Okay. Yes. Two. Now, now when you pick a coin to trade, for example, you pick this coin and you tap on, by the way, the first step is to set your strategy according to your capital. The first step is to set your strategy according to your capital. Okay. The first step is to set your strategy according to your capital. I don't know if also that makes sense. You set your trading strategy according to your capital. Now I'm going to break these small capitals all at once. I will not waste a lot of time on them. I'm going to break all the small capitals at once. All small capitals. I'm going to break you at once. Now, I said, if you have less than $500, if you have less than $500, can someone give me an answer in the chat? If you have less than $500, what are you supposed to do to manage your wallet well? If you have less than $500, what are you supposed to do to manage your wallet well? If you have less than $500, what are you supposed to do to manage your wallet well? Trade one coin at a time. Thank you. If you have less than $500, trade one coin at a time. Now let me gather all people with $500 and below to how to create your own trading strategy. As the crypto ambassadors, we have created one, but you can also create yours. So what do? You come here and tap on my strategy setting. I'm moving now slow because I'm doing my last take of today. My strategy setting. Okay, my strategy setting. All right. Then, if you are new, you'll see the word add now. If you are old, tap on the plus sign here. Now, let me say I have a capital of $50. The lesser the capital, the lesser the first buying amount. The lesser the capital, the lesser the first buying amount. Type a 2 in the chat if you have understood that. The lesser the capital, the lesser the first buying amount. Type a 2 in the chat if you have understood that. I'm moving very fast, so I want people to be following. The lesser the capital, the lesser the first buying amount. Type a 2 in the chat if you have understood that. The lesser the capital. So if you have $20, your first buying amount will be a minimum of 10 or 12 or 13. You cannot say that your first buying amount will be 50. You cannot say that your first buying amount will be all your 20. The lesser the capital, the lesser the first buying amount. So let's go into that. So I'll expand my screen. Now, if I have $20, my first buying amount will be 10. And the margin call limit will be 1. Why? Because I have $20. So it means when the market goes down, it will buy me one more time. Does that make sense? If I have $20, my first buying amount will be 10, and the remaining balance will be bought one time. Does that make sense? Now, how will the robot buy it is what we call the margin configuration. How will the robot buy it is what we call the margin configuration. How will the robot buy it is what we call the margin configuration. I want to make another big statement. The lesser the capital, the bigger the margin call drop. Can someone type a 2 in the chat if you have understood that? The lesser the capital, the bigger the margin call drop. Give me a 3 in the chart. 3 in the chart. The lesser the capital, the bigger the margin call drop. Give me a 3 in the chart. The lesser the capital, the bigger the margin call drop. The lesser the capital, the bigger the margin call drop. The lesser the capital, the bigger the margin call drop. Give me a 3 in the chart if that makes sense. So if a signal is given, if I'm using a signal and the drop is 5, and I only have $20, I'll just put the drop here, 5. And how many times the robot buy? 1. What is 1? 1 times 10, which is my $10. Now let's upgrade to someone who has $30. Still, my first buying amount will be 10. My margin call drops will be 2. So how will the robot buy the 2 margin call drops? Now, if the drop is 5, I will put 2.5. When the market drops by 2.5 and it drops by another 2.5, that's 5%. And the robot will buy 1 time, 1 time, 1 time. What if, Julius, my capital is $40? Yes, my first buying amount will still be 10. You see? So I want my robot to buy 3 more times. So the first time it will buy with 10, then the next one it will buy 1. So if the margin call drop is, if the drop given on the signal or the drop I want to use is, or the drop I want to use is 5, then I might say for the first time, let the robot buy 0.5. Then I'm remaining with what? With 4.5. Then I say let this one buy twice. Then let this one buy 2.5. Then this side it will buy 1 time. Julius, what about if my capital is $50? The same stuff. My first buying amount will still remain 10. Then my number of margin calls will be 4. The robot will buy 1 time, 1 time, 1 time. Then I say, okay, let my robot the first time buy 0.5. The second time, let it buy 0.5. Then I say, so that is 1. So I'm remaining with what? With 4. This will be a 2. And this will be a 2. That is $50 setup. So I want to upgrade now to 100. Are we okay, people, with the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? Give me a 4 in the chat if you're okay. Give me a 4 in the chat if you're a leader. Now you know what you are supposed to do for your people. Give me a 4 in the chat if you're a leader and you have people in your team and now you know what you're supposed to do for your people. Give me a 4 in the chat, 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 a 4 in the chat. Someone tells I have $10. Don't deny them opportunity. Give them a big drop. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Let's go, let's go. Okay, now I have $100. I have $100. You have many choices. If you have $100, you have many choices. You could say, I'll keep my first buying amount $10. Since I want my robot to give me some profit, no matter how little it is, what I will do, I will create more margin calls. So I'll say 100. So now I could decide to increase my first buying amount a little bit. So I say let me, my first buying amount be $15. So 100 divided by 15 is how much? Is 6 margin calls. So it means that if the robot buys with $15, $15. Okay, by the way, it is 100 minus 15 because the robot bought it will buy the first time with 15. So it is 85. So 85 divided by 15, it will give you 5 margin calls. So if you decide to go with $13, it will give you 6 margin calls. If you decide to go with 12, it will give you 7. If you decide to go with 10, it will give you 8 margin calls. So you have a choice. You could say, I want 8 margin calls. You would say, I want 7 margin calls. You say, because you no longer have 100, because for the first time, the robot will take with 15. Or you say, no, I want to use $10. So what is that? 100 minus your $10 remain with 9. So if you want your first buying amount to be 10, so divide by 10, you'll make 9 margin calls. If you want to change your first buying amount to be 12, you'll make 7.5. If you want to make your first buying, am I making sense now? Am I making sense? When I started the call, I said, me, I'll teach logic. I'm not here to give that this is what you are supposed to do. I'm giving logic. Now let's get back here. You have $100. Look here, guys. You have $100. You want that whenever the robot gets into the market, let it start with $10. Let it start with $10. I want my robot always start with $10. It means that for the first time it will put in $10. So since it puts in $10, you remain with $90 in your Binance account. So 90. How many margin calls do you want to buy with the robot? Automatically, you divide this by your first buying amount, which is 10. So you buy more 9 margin calls. Little capital equals little profit. Because you cannot bring +1 Fibonacci, double up here with little capital. You can't double what you don't have. Am I making sense to someone? You can't double what you don't have. You can't +1 what you don't have. I don't know if that makes sense. You can't double what you don't have. You can't +1 what you don't have. You can't Fibonacci what you don't have. Those statements will make sense. But little capital equals little profit. You don't expect to come with $100 and be making $5 a day. It is not possible. This is not a return on investment. If you want return on investment, you go and look for return on investment businesses and you keep on losing money. Now, are we okay with the number of margin calls? So I expect someone who has $200 to decide and say, okay, I want my first buying amount. I have $200. I want my first buying amount to be what? To be 15. Divide by 15. So you'll create more 12 margin calls. Am I making sense? Instead of 13, the first one will be taken by the first call. The first time the robot gets into the market. So if someone has $200 and wants their first buying amount to be 10, they will create more 19 margin calls. If someone has $200 and they want their first buying amount to be 12, they create more 16 margin calls. If someone has $300 and wants his first buying amount to be 15, it means we'll create 19 margin calls. If he wants it to be 10, we create 29 margin calls. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? You cannot double up what you don't have. You can't Fibonacci what you don't have. You can't +1 what you don't have. Now, here is the game of the day. Julius, when I have more capital, I can play better. I can increase my first buying amount. Now, let's go to that. Let me put here first buy. Let me say 20. Now I'm using logic. Margin call limit. Let me put 20. Now, if you have your capital, understand that the first 4 margin calls, these ones, They are the ones that usually provide big profit. Can I make that sense good? The first 4 margin calls are the ones that give more profit. Yes, you can be profiting down here, but since these ones are bought at different prices and sold at once, they give a huge return of profit if a coin sells. Give me a 3 in the chat if you have understood that statement before I expound it. Now, if you have Kwanza $200, Kwanza $300, Kwanza 100, why set 4 margin calls with a double up or a Fibonacci or a +1, yet you also know you don't have capital? I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. You open your 10 margin calls, you open your 20 margin calls, you open Kwanza and be making your little profit down there, the lines. Now people are getting annoyed. I repeat this statement. Whoever is in Royal Queue and you have less than $500 as your trading capital, you are still a joker. Let me make it clear. Whoever is in this business and you have less than $500 as your trading capital, you are playing too small. You people here with the $10, Kwanza 15, Perepese 30, Chingoni $50, Pankwata 10, Simpolitiki 20, $200, Simvoni 300, Parapache 400, you are still playing too small. And you as 500, I don't want you to brag over us because you have 500. But if you have $500, you can even set 50 margin calls. You can set 30 margin calls. And the robot will be buying and selling, 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 buying and selling. As you wait for the coin to return, am I making sense? Give me a 5 in the chat if you understood. Because now I don't need you to talk about how do I create the margin calls. I've made that crystal clear. It is logic. We as the team, we have provided settings from 520. We're also going to bring these ones for small capital, I believe, by the end of this week. Now, before I forget, now I'm supposed to now, it's 5, it's 11. I'm supposed to install something in my new office. So I'm supposed to drive to town. Where am I going to get the money? Who told you to stop sharing the opportunity? Money is here. I'm going to, the robot is doing the work. It is here. Money is here. I'm going to withdraw. I'm going to introduce, there's something about crypto ambassadors and Royal Q that a certain art. I've done a certain art for crypto ambassadors that I want to introduce in my office. Where is my office? At my home. Even now I'm at home. I'm here in the mango tree. You think this business is hard? Let me see if I could take off my background a little bit. People think I'm joking. I'm here in the mango tree. Can someone see me in the mango tree? The business is home-based, 100%. I'm here in the mango tree. In the mango tree. Mango tree. Yes, it is in the mango tree. You stay home, you make money. Serious, mango tree. In the mango tree. My wife is here. We stay home. Do you want camera? No, she doesn't want. It's a private lifestyle. But mango tree. The banana leaf. You see the banana leaf? See the banana leaf? Now someone woke up in the morning, they have spent transport. You see? You see, people are in the office. SC here, it is natural air. Hey, we are in Africa. Hey, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So I switch off my camera. Switch off my camera. Hey, mango tree, mango tree. Hey, mango tree. Yes. So working from home. So my friend, you work from home purely. I don't want to lie. Yes. Because someone says, oh, maybe you are lying. Mango tree. And now this one, he says, even me, I'm in my purple tree relaxing. Yes. Yeah. This opportunity, this opportunity, this opportunity. Whoever is playing with it. Now let me share my screen. That was break time. We're about to finish. Don't worry. We're about to finish. We're about to finish. Now, hey, Shay. Let's go. My strategy setting. Okay. Now, if you have capital, always, for example, the settings we have from $500 and above, they are 30% drop size. So from the first call to the 20th call, it is 30%. So if the coin drops 30%, the robot will sell. The settings we have from 500 and above, we have provided those settings. But if you have capital, always use the double up for the first 4 margin calls. Why? Because if at all the market happens to go high, the robot will always sell faster. So make sure you use the double up 24816. If you cannot afford the double up, what does double up mean? It is 2 times the first buying amount. Let me say it is 20. It is 4 times the first buying amount, 8 times the first buying amount, times the first buying amount, this one. And always make your drops to happen faster. So you can always make 0.5, 0.2, 0.3, 0.5. So that because you have capital, then open more margin calls because from the fifth call, each call is independent. From the fifth call, each call is independent. Okay. The robot can buy. So I could change. If I use the double up, I could change here and I put 1. Whenever the market drops, buy 1 time, buy 1 time, buy 1 time, buy 1 time. So maybe I have capital, and this is let me say 2%, and I want my robot to buy. I want to set my robot 30%. So from the 50 call, I'll put the 22% deep. I don't know if that makes sense. So from the 50th call, I'll put 22% deep. Then I say, if my robot, simple logic, if my first buying amount is 15 and my robot buys 22 times, that is 330. If it buys one time, okay, and I used the double wrap, and my double wrap was 460. Is it 465? So I have 795. So the first 4 margin calls, we take 465. The remaining margin calls will take 330. So the robot will be buying 1. So after it has bought the 4 margin calls, after it has bought the 4 margin calls, I will change my first buying amount. I don't know, or I can leave it as it is. So it will remain as 15. So the next, from the 5th call, the robot will be buying with $15, $15, $15, $15, $15, $15, $15, $15, because I want to prepare for 22% dip. I don't know. Does that make sense? I want to just expound it a little bit. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Let me use my floating loss of acro so that I create sense. It is logic. Today I'm teaching logic. Today I'm not going into so much of. Let's look at acro, that is at floating loss. First and foremost, I'll look at my acro. Okay. If I want to buy more of this coin, what will I do? I'll open the coin. And I look at its current price. Okay. Then I say, let me go to the chart. Then I'll put it in 1 day time frame or 1 week. And I look at its lowest low. You see the lowest low of acro in 1 day, the lowest is 0.0043. It's the lowest in 1 day. So I go to my calculator. Then I say, the current price of acro is 0.01041. If I go 22, let me say if I go 20% deep, that is the lowest point I will go in. What if I go 30% deep? 30% deep, that is the price of acro. What if I go 40% deep? That will be the price of acro. I don't know if now that makes sense. Now I come back here. So it is around 0.7 something, which is around here. I don't know if that makes sense. It's around here. Down around here. Around there. Around here, where acro started the uptrend. So I set my acro with margin call drops worth 30%. Does that make sense? With margin call drops worth 30%. So I just go here on trade setting. I want acro to go deep 30%. So if it has already bought 24, I'll add on 30 and they become 54. Then I say, how much money do I want to put in acro? How much money do I want to put in acro? I want to set acro 30% deep. So how much? So I say, if I put my first buying amount times 15 times 30 times, that is 450. Do I have it? No. How much do I have? I want to use 300. Then I say 300 by 10, those are 30. So now I come here, change my first buying amount to 10, come here, and I say, I want acro to be bought 30% deep. So if I want it to be bought faster, what will I do? I'll put 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. If I want it to be bought more faster, I'll make it 0.5. So I will say, if I do 0.5, 0.5 times 15 times, it will be 7. Okay. Or I do 0.5 times 20 times, it will be 10. So from call number 1, from all the calls, the remaining 10, or I can even make them 25. It will be 12.5. So 12 minus 30, it is 17. So I will make all these remaining ones. So the remaining 5, I make them 5%. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm done. These remaining 5 will remain 5%. This one. So the robot will be buying and selling because it will be easier for the market to drop 0.5 and buy one time, 0.5 and buy one time, 0.5 and buy one time. Then if the worst gets to the worst, let the remaining 4 be bought at a 5% drop. I'm teaching logic. Does it make sense? So the robot will be buying faster and selling faster. The robot will be buying faster and selling faster. So when the worst gets to the worst, let it buy the remaining 4 with that deep 5. Even if even I can make it 10-10, 10-10. But these first ones, the robot is giving me money. The robot, I can even make it 0.2. The robot is buying faster. The robot is selling faster. I'm now exhausted. I want to thank you for joining today's call. It has been recorded onto the YouTube channel. It was teaching people logic, that you can do anything with your setup, okay, and still be able to profit along the line. You can create your own settings and be able to profit along the line. You just need logic. There is nothing special. So this presentation is on the YouTube channel called Crypto Ambassadors. Feel free to come and subscribe to our YouTube channel for repeated knowledge about what we do. The name of the channel is Crypto Ambassadors. And it has been here, it's a live session. And some people have joined from this side. So I could drop it in the chat. It has been recorded. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining today's call. The YouTube channel link is down in the chat. Tap on it and be able to follow through. I also make sure I drop it in the respective groups. God bless you and have the fantastic day. Allow me continue to enjoy my mango tree and my banana as we work from home, and have a fantastic cannibalistic morning till we catch up again on our next calls and chats has come through. God bless you, and what an opportunity to work from home for the very, very first time, ladies and gentlemen, and get rewarded with your effort and your time. God bless you, and bye-bye.